Okay, everyone, we're going to get started. Thank you so much for joining me today for Marketing Without a Budget with Pink Crown Creative. So thank you so much for joining me. Hi, I'm Lindsay Dent. I am the founder of Pink Crown Creative. I help my clients share their story and launch their business through a variety of strategic and creative marketing and sales techniques. I specialize in small business mentoring, digital marketing, email marketing, copywriting, content creation, website design, social media marketing, you name it. So what is Pink Crown Creative? So Pink Crown Creative started from someone who was sick of the 9-to-5. I have been in sales and marketing for almost 10 years now, and I decided to create my own marketing and social media consulting company. My mission is to work alongside entrepreneurs and small business owners with the goal of inspiring and empowering them to launch, market, and grow their business through a variety of platforms. So you all came here because you want to figure out how you can market without a budget. So marketing sometimes for small businesses is a very daunting task. There's websites, SEO, social media, email marketing campaigns. It's so hard sometimes to figure out where you should start. Sometimes it's really scary, and I think it confuses a lot of people. So you, instead of marketing or spending money, you just kind of sit back and don't start at all. Is there anything that you can do for free these days? The answer is yes. So the first step I'm going to share with you is how to build a marketing plan. So first, you're going to calculate what you are able to invest, pinpoint the biggest gap in your marketing, find opportunities to bridge that gap, prioritize these opportunities, measure your results, make changes to the plan. So the first step is determining what you are able to invest. So if you don't have the money, do you have the time? If you have the time, you can spend it on learning about social media and SEO or attending an in-person networking event. The most important part about marketing is being consistent. If you're going to choose to have a website or to be on 2 or 3 different social media platforms, your audience will assume that that's where they can find you. It is very important for you to be consistent with that. So make sure you're keeping your website up to date, you are keeping your social media consistent. If you're posting once or twice a week, it's very important for you to continue to keep that consistent. So the last part is to commit the time to making marketing work. Whether it is 10 minutes a day that you're going to commit to or 20 hours a month, make sure you're giving a little bit of time and love to your marketing. The next step is to identify the biggest gaps in your marketing. So what are your challenges? Are you able to reach customers? Are you having difficulty setting your business apart from competitors? Are you struggling to close sales once you have people in the door? Once you're able to figure out what you need to work on, you can focus your efforts on that. The next step is identifying opportunities to bridge this gap. So what in the short term can you do to lessen the gap between what you want and what you have now? Work on finding solutions to your marketing challenge. The next step is to prioritize these opportunities. Rank these things in order of importance. Do the easiest thing first, or if some efforts depend on others, do those before anything else. For example, if you don't have a website, you should get one before developing a social media presence. You need a website for people to visit before you interact with them on social media. Especially if you are a service or a retail location, people are going to want to have a website to go to order your product or your service. I know this is something you can definitely do on social media nowadays, but a lot of companies a lot of prospects rely on seeing a professional website built out for them. So the next thing is measuring your results. So find out what is working for you by tracking and measuring your results. Install tracking codes on your website to determine where your customers are coming from. The benefits of knowing this is so that you can stop wasting time on things that don't work for you and focus on marketing tasks that do work for you. And the last step is to make adjustments to this plan. So there will always be fluctuations in marketing success. Some tasks will work better than others. So keep track of what works and make adjustments accordingly. Some seasonal businesses will see this change depending on their industry as well as their market. Sometimes people find the summers are really busy for them. Other companies find that summers are very slow. Maybe Christmas is very busy for retailers. You sort of understand that idea. So what am I going to be teaching you today? So I'm going to be sharing with you how to determine your marketing goals, how to use your expertise to create engaging content, how you can create do-it-yourself marketing, how you can establish yourself, and how to get the word out about your business and shout it from the mountaintops. So the first step is, what are your marketing goals? Your short-term and your long-term goals. Are you opening a new business? Do you need 5 to 10 new clients a month? Do you want to open a brick and mortar store for your business? Take some time to figure out what your actual goals are. So to give you an example, one of my long-term goals is to be a headline speaker at a national event. I've been very lucky this year to be a part of a few local events, and I've really gotten my feet wet in public speaking and have really enjoyed that this is something I want to continue to do. Some of my short-term goals is I really want to gain new clients. So finding a way that I can meet people at networking events, get referrals from clients and friends, meet people online. Those are the goals that I have for this year. So the first thing to do is to use your expertise to create engaging content. So the first thing you're thinking is, what is engaging content? So it is useful information that is relevant to your business. It is helpful, interesting insider knowledge, such as graphics, blogs, videos, newsletters, as well as social media posts. So the next thing you can do is share your knowledge. The reason why you have a business is you're definitely knowledgeable and passionate about something. So share that. What do your potential customers want to learn from you? So pay attention. Is there something that they're engaging with on your social media? Are they asking you certain questions? Do you find that people are always coming to you for expert advice and knowledge? What are those things that you can share with them? So each piece of content should help establish you as a knowledgeable and a reliable source, which establishes trust from your customer base. Give tips in an ordered list. So this is a fun and engaging way to give a part of your knowledge, and it's, 1 to 10, 1 to 5, 1 to 3, whatever you think is relevant. People love ordered lists. Share fun or intriguing industry facts. Another cool way to do this is by sharing and giving ideas that surround a holiday or a season. So maybe it's something surrounding Christmas, Mother's Day, there's an Easter celebration. If your business caters to a holiday or complements it really well, this is a great way to share your knowledge around that holiday. I've personally found that creating ebooks is a really great way for me to share my knowledge. So I created 2 ebooks last year and they were both free. And it was just a free way for me to share my knowledge. Some of them included some ordered lists. Some of it was some homework for people to use. This was a really great way for me to reuse the content and create something from the knowledge that I already had. So the next thing you can do is reuse the content that you've already created. So you can present one idea in a few different forms. So as I mentioned, I created my ebook. From that ebook, I turned it into a social media post. I also turned it into a Facebook post and a Twitter post. So turn these data-filled blog posts into an infographic, break a video down into written tutorials, turn similar blog posts into an ebook, as I just mentioned. You can also make a case study out of a customer testimonial. You can also separate a long blog post into shorter feature posts. So as I just showed on social media, this is a really great way to break up your content and to reuse it. So next is do-it-yourself marketing. So do-it-yourself marketing can be a few different things, from emails, blog posts, company newsletters, social media, photography, graphics, SEO, and tracking and analytics. So the first one I wanted to go over is written content. So your website is a great way to do your marketing yourself. So there are many great platforms that are easy and cost-effective to use to create your own website. If you're not confident in that, there are many industry professionals, aka Pink Crown Creative, that can help you create your own website. But this is a great way to showcase all of your information in a cost-effective way. Blog posts are also a really, really great way to create marketing for yourself. It's easy to share them on social media. You can also add them in newsletters. You can create them as videos. This is a great way to even just speak your mind, share those tips. You can also have guest bloggers that help build your traffic and build that collaboration with other like-minded businesses. So I've recently found email newsletters have worked really well for me. Again, it is a free resource that you can use. I personally use MailChimp, and it is very easy to put together beautiful templates. You can add photos and videos really quickly and very easy. It's also a great way to build your contact list. So I'm pretty sure 99.9% of you had joined this webinar today because you were on my email newsletter list. So for me, it was very effective. If you're looking for more tips on this, this is something I would love to speak with you about as well. So visual content is the next one. I find photographs is a great way to create content for free. Everyone has an iPhone nowadays. It doesn't have to be, one of those DSLR cameras. You can create great photos on your phones. Of course, it would be better if you had professional photography done, but I don't want that to deter you from creating marketable content with your photos. So for me this year, I hired a photographer to help me take some brand photos. And they're so easy for me to reuse. I've also taken many on my phone as well. I use them for social media, for my website, for my blog posts, as well as for this webinar. So it's very cost effective for me to do that. Graphics is also a cost effective way that you can create content. There's a program that I use called Canva, and it is, I think it's about $8 to $9 a month, and it gives you unlimited designs that you can create. You can have templates to repurpose that for maybe Instagram templates if you want to create stories. You know, on the far right, I have a template that I've given out at events before as well. So it's a cost-effective way that you can do that. There's also many free ways that you can do this as well. I think video has become one of my favorite ways to build content for myself. A lot of the videos I have on here have actually just been shot from an iPhone or one of my you know, digital cameras, and it was really easy to put together. I just have iMovie on my computer, and I've been able to edit it really quickly. I've used Canva to create the headlines on it as well. And this has been a really great way to get in front of my audience. I'm able to post it for free on social media, and it's really beneficial when I have my followers and my clients share it for free as well. So the next way is SEO and results tracking. So depending on what you're using, so again, if you have a website, if you have social media platforms, they're all really well equipped nowadays with tracking and results and analytics. Instagram, for example, has a great way of tracking your business analytics, who's clicking on your stuff, who's following you, who's sharing, who's interested, etc. So this is a huge way that you can find you know, how to create content that people are actually interested in reading and interested in learning a bit more about. So another way to market yourself is to establish yourself. Are you on Google Business? Do you have a Facebook business profile? Have you asked your clients or customers for reviews? I've been very blessed to work with such amazing clients and collaborators, and I absolutely am so humbled by all of the reviews and all of the feedback that I've got. This is gold to me. I highly recommend, if you have not yet, to reach out to people that you've worked with and ask them for reviews. This is a free way for you to market your business and have someone else shout from the mountaintops about how amazing your company is, how great your services are, and how wonderful it is to work with you. I'm so thankful for these reviews, and I really hope that you can find a way to ask people in your network and your clients for these as well, because again, it's that free marketing that is really going to help boost your business or services. So the next one is shouting it from the mountaintops. So how are you talking about your business? One thing that I have said time and time again is I fully did not get reactions or results from my business until I started talking about it. Once I told my friends and family and other people in my networks that I had a social media and marketing consultant business, I got such great feedback. I started getting referrals. I started getting business. So how are you telling people about your business? One of my favorite ways is through social media. So again, social media is free to create an account. It's a great way to get people to follow you, to subscribe, you know, send them to a link, whether it's to a webinar, to a website, to your product offering, sign up for newsletters, like, share, comment, etc. And share some fun hashtags. So hashtags are a really great way to filter in your community and to get people to find you really easy who are like-minded, looking for things such as marketing, launching a business, social media, digital marketing, etc. So if you're not on social media, I highly recommend opening a business account for yourself. So one of my favorite ways to get my business and my name out there is attending events. I'm not sure if any of you follow me on Instagram or on social media, but if you can tell, I go to a lot of events and I'm not forced. I just absolutely love meeting new people. I love celebrating other entrepreneurs and small business owners businesses. So I'm all about supporting, I'm all about networking, I'm all about meeting new people. So attending events and meeting people face-to-face is a great way to grow your business. It can be industry dependent. They can be trade shows, markets, community events, networking groups, conferences, you name it. There's so many incredible ways that you can market and grow and shout from the mountaintops about your business. It's also a really, really great way to support other people and hope that you get that support back. So my next favorite way that has really helped me grow my business, that has been really beneficial to me and that I've discovered in the last year, is creating strategic partnerships and collaborations. So partnering with non-competitive businesses is a great way to serve the same clientele and can be a great way to grow your business. Cross-promoting each other's services using email lists, in-store flyers, coupons, contests, social media pages. This is a great way to get out there. So if you're not really sure where you should start, think of your family and friends. Do they own a small business? Do they have friends that may own a small business? Even if there's someone out there that you would love to work with, I highly recommend sending an Instagram message, an email. You truly don't know what you can lose if you don't do it. I have personally reached out to many people that I admire and that I think my business would be a good fit with, and it's worked really, really well for me. I would be more than happy to partner or collaborate with anyone if you're interested in it. I'm always open, as I mentioned, to supporting entrepreneurs and small business owners, and I truly think that partnering and collaborating is such a hidden gem that a lot of businesses are afraid to seek out or afraid to kind of ask. So we are coming to the end of our webinar. So what have you learned so far? I really hope you take these key things. Oh, 1 second. So I really hope you take these key takeaways with you. I hope at the end of this, you are able to create a marketing plan to figure out what steps to take next. I hope you can use your knowledge and expertise to create engaging content based on what you already know. I hope you can target marketing tasks that you can do it yourself, like creating content, graphics, social media. I hope that you can find a way to track your results and efforts and see what is working and what is not working for your customers. I hope you can feel confident and excited to establish your business online as well as with review sites. I also hope that you can find a way to interact and engage in person and online with your audience. Collaborating and working with other businesses is a huge, huge benefit. So I really hope that this is something that you will feel confident and excited to pursue. So that's the end of our webinar. I greatly appreciate you joining me today. This was my first webinar, so I would love some feedback. I also would love to connect, collaborate, and conquer your business goals. So I am open to schedule one-on-one complimentary strategy sessions with you. I would love to speak further about some of the things that you're going through. If there was something I didn't mention in this webinar and you'd love for me to elaborate about, I would be happy to schedule a phone call, a FaceTime, an in-person coffee date. Please feel free to reach out to me. I'm now going to open this up to questions. I'm just going to leave it open for a few minutes if anyone had any questions. If not, no worries. I'm happy for you to send me an email.
Are you able to hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
I had a quick question. Do you have any tips that you could share on getting media coverage for your business without it being paid?
Media coverage. So was there anything specific that you're looking for in terms of media coverage?
No, it was kind of just a general question, but there's media groups like Daily Hive and Buzz and like some of the other like bigger bloggers, not necessarily like traditional media, but like some of those digital media, but well, better known in Vancouver or anywhere?
Yeah, for sure. So I would say the best way to do this is to create sort of a proposal. So maybe sharing a bit more about your company. If it's something specific that differentiates you, you know, why should they feature you? Why should they cover you? I think the easiest way for you to get that feature is to make it as easy as possible for them. So again, sharing as much detail for them, finding ways that you can mutually collaborate with them. I know you're kind of trying to figure out a way to do this without the paid factor, but it doesn't hurt to connect with someone from the company to find a way to do this cost effectively. And as I said, taking the work away from them. So making it as easy as possible, whether it's sharing a blog post that you've already written about your company, sharing an event that's coming up, again, that differentiator. I know for a fact that there's tons of these media companies that are looking for content. And again, if it's easy, it's done for them. It's so much easier for them to bring to someone else to approve and to get out there.
Okay, thanks. And as far as like having a hook, like I've received previous advice that like like, so when you say like make it easy, like there has to be like some like, for better lack of a better word, like a story, like a hook.
Right.
Do you have any sort of like just general themes that work, or like what kind of angle do you feel might be worth pursuing?
So like trying to find something that would draw them in. I would say yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, because earlier you mentioned like making the list and like some of those like positioning yourself as an expert, making those lists.
Yep.
Like, does that apply here as well, or do you think that there's like a unique angle or story that you need to provide for those agencies?
So I would say the best way to do this is to do something that makes your business stand out. So I think a lot of people who would be making these pitches most likely would do it through email. So I would think the best way for you to do this is to literally stand out, whether it's sending like a lumpy mailer, so like a package that is physical to their office. It is directed to someone, you know, not just to whom it may concern, but you've done your research through LinkedIn or through the industry or someone that you admire in that company, and you're directly sending them something. One of my most memorable marketing experiences I've ever had was I was a marketing manager of an IT consulting firm, and I got this anonymous package one day, and it was a package of 2 cupcakes. And one had a printing company's logo and one had the company I was working for logo. And it said, to a secret admirer. It was this huge package. It was all about how they wanted to work with me. They wanted me to choose them as a printer company. I was just so blown away by this gesture. It was kind of embarrassing, but funny at the same time. I mean, getting this package that said secret admirer with cupcakes was really funny, but it was very memorable to me. It stood out. And since then, I used that company as a printer of choice when I worked for that IT consulting firm, because it was so memorable to me. It was something that completely stood out. It wasn't just fluff email that I got. It wasn't a phone call. I personally love getting physical mail. And again, that was a way that stood out. So I would just say get creative with that. Find a way to make that stand out. So they have to call you. They have to meet with you. They want to learn more. And I mean, maybe even if it means making something outrageous, as long as it's memorable, I think it's a good way to get in front of them and get the conversation going and kind of figure out where you can go from there.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Lindsay. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Hey, Lindsay. I got a question for you about the SEO and results tracking. When you're using it through Instagram and through websites, what do you do with the information? Do you hold on to it for like a year's time and kind of go through it that way, or do you use it directly to contact people? How specifically do you use that tracking?
So the tracking I definitely save. I don't think I've ever deleted it. I personally am someone who loves to compare. So for example, for Instagram, I make a mental note every month to like take a photo of my profile to see how I can compare from last year, last month, 2 years ago, to see what the engagement is like, what my followers are like. Especially with my website, I find that it's really intriguing to me. You know, when am I getting traffic? When are people coming in? When are they dropping off? There's a few really good tools that I can personally share with you that I find are very effective for that. But I think, again, it depends on your personality and how you like to see the results. I think for a business, it's very important to track those results and compare, you know, every month, every year, and see how you've grown, maybe how you've declined. You know, what pieces of information were you putting out there that was really drawing that attention?
Is this also a service that you provide? Like, do you have the ability to monitor and track my website if I had one up and provide me with that information, or is that something that you would want me to do on my own?
It's completely up to you and your comfort level. So that's definitely something I can help set up and monitor and track for you and give you results. Sometimes people aren't tech savvy and they don't even know what they're looking at. Data sometimes is really, really scary. There's a lot of numbers involved. There's a lot of data coming at you. And so it's very overwhelming. And that's definitely something that I can do to make it a bit more, you know, in English terms of what makes sense, and highlighting information that you should care about and not just getting overwhelmed and bombarded by information that you don't even want to look at it.
Yeah, that would be something I would need.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, Lindsay.
You're welcome. Okay, everyone, I greatly appreciate all the questions that I got asked, and I, again, appreciate your time. As mentioned, I'm always here to chat and would love to hear from you. Thank you so much. If you have any feedback for me, I would love to hear it. Wishing all of you a wonderful day and creativity and love. Thank you.